Well, hello my friends, and welcome back. Cumberland Outdoorsman out here at my shooting range with my grandson, and today's going to be a special video. This is in commemoration of all of you servicemen and women out there. This is Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day to all of you, and also those of you that are off of work, all Americans that are celebrating this very special day. We owe our servicemen and women a debt of gratitude. And today I've got a little rifle here. I think you'll recognize this at first glance. This is one out of my collection. This is normally an outdoor channel, but because I'm from a military family, my father was in the military and retired from the Army after his service, I just thought it would be fitting to pay special respect and tribute to all of you servicemen and women out there by bringing you this little rifle, and we're going to shoot it today at our range. My grandson, he's kind of a history buff. He's wearing his Army gear there. He likes to collect old military and government issue uniforms that are no longer in service. He also is a big history buff of the Civil War, and he's got quite a bit of memorabilia from that time period. But anyway, we've got some targets set up down here at 50 yards. I've got some new ammunition. This is copper jacketed soft point. I know this was not issued with the military, but that's what we're going to be using today because, you know, you want the bullets to stop in the target. That's why we're using those soft tip bullets, lead nose bullets, and we're going to be shooting at 50 yards. We've got some jugs set up down there, and I was just curious if the 30 carbine would be suitable for any outdoor use, whether it be for hunting or for varmint shooting or anything like that. I would think that most certainly the M1 Carbine cartridge, the 30 caliber 110 grain soft point there, would be more than suitable for varmints such as coyotes, groundhogs, woodchucks actually. Anything else that would come to mind would be things like raccoons, maybe armadillos. You know, we've got a lot of those things running around here, and I've eliminated a few of them around here because they keep digging holes in my yard. But whether or not it's suitable for deer-sized game, I'll leave that up to you. I personally would not use this for deer because I've got so many other choices. And if you were to use this on deer-sized game, I would say your shots need to be very close, you know, to try to keep the velocity up where the bullet would actually expand. But we're going to see today whether or not these rounds will expand in those water jugs down there. Well guys, this little piece here is an original 1943 inland, which is probably the most common form of vintage M1 carbine. It was a scaled down version of the M1 Garand, that one being chambered for the 30-06 of course, and this one here is the 30 caliber carbine. But there were so many companies at that time that came together to make parts to make these little rifles, because that was at a time when America would combine their efforts. You know, you got all these companies out here that made parts for these guns to make sure that we would actually be successful during that war effort. Companies like General Motors, Winchester, I think Ivor Johnson, Saginaw, just to name a few. All these parts would interchangeably work together to construct these little guns so that our soldiers and servicemen would have enough of them to carry them into combat. So anyway, before we commence the shooting, let me show you a little bit about the operation of this gun. First of all, it came with this peep sight here. You would look through the peep here and then line up your front post sight to acquire the target. Also, to operate the gun, you pull back on this bolt depress this little button on the side and that would hold the bolt open. Okay, now you could inspect the chamber, you could clean the barrel, clean the bolt face, just make sure the gun's in good condition. And in order to charge the gun, get it loaded, here we have a loaded magazine. You just put it in the bottom, just like that. Now you pull back on the bolt handle here, the charging handle, and just let it go, and it'll load the rifle. To release the magazine, you've got a button right here on the side, and it pops right out. And then the safety is right here, right by the trigger guard there, for obvious reasons. Anyway, let's go ahead and get focused in on these targets I've got down here. Okay, I've got some water jugs. I think I've got 6 of them in a row there. A block of wet newsprint, and of course some steel targets. Let me go ahead and shoot that steel target there, that orange one first. Well, let's say we hit that one. Wow, that's some impact there. That's a little more power than I expected. Now, I've shot this gun before, but those are some hot little rounds. All right, I'm going to shoot at that wet newspaper. I think I made contact. Yep, there's the entrance. I don't believe we'll find this bullet. That ripped out the side of it. Went right through there. Well, maybe we'll find it. Yeah, hey, there it is. Fully expanded. Look at that. There's the bullet after it hit that wet newspaper.
So this is
perfect mushroom. Pretty good. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 water jugs. Before we shoot this, see if you can guess how many water jugs the M1 Carbine will penetrate. Put your comment below before we show it. We're getting ready to do it, so just pause the video right now and give us your guess. I'm gonna guess 5, but I may be wrong. We're gonna shoot it from about 20 yards just to make sure that he'll hit it. I'm gonna let my grandson shoot this. So we're gonna shoot it from about right here. Okay. Go ahead and make sure you get on it now. Don't miss that jug. You might want to kneel, get on your knees there where you're more in line with it. And aim right towards the middle of that.
okay.
Okay, get it right in the middle of them water jugs. All right, let's go take a look. Safety. Go ahead and open the bolt. Lock it shut, or lock it open. Now it's safe. Got to teach these youngsters safety lessons, you know. Make sure that gun's safe before we go down range. All right, always make sure the bolt's open before we go down range. Okay, let's see how many jugs that the M1 Carbine punctured. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't know if we have a bullet here. If it
looks like it veered off course.
Yeah. I don't think we have a bullet here. No. There's part of it. Anyway, it went through 4 of them. But we're going to try that again. We're going to shoot it one more time. Looks like that gun might be shooting a little bit to the right. I haven't really taken the time to come out here and sight it in, but there you can see those bullets actually expand quite well. Okay, so we got Alex getting ready to shoot the M1 Carbine once again, and we got those jugs in line down there. Let's see if we can retrieve this bullet. Anytime you're ready, son.
Safety.
Okay. Let's see that gun there. Show it. That's the safe way to do it. All right, we're gonna go check out these jugs real quick. Let's see if we got a bullet this time. There's the empty. I'm gonna save this empty brass because I reload them, as you all know. I like to reload my own shells. I think we hit a little bit high on that one. Yep, it ripped through a little bit high. You know what? Let me take a shot with that.
There's a hole right there.
Yeah, there's a hole, but
Oh, a couple.
yeah, let's try that again. Okay, guys, here we go. All right. I think we hit a little bit more squarely that time. Yep. And we got an exit, and I think we got a bullet here. There it is, folks. It did not enter this jug. It just went through 4 jugs. And there's a copper jacket right there. All right. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Better than I thought. Let's see where we hit that steel plate. Yeah, dead center right there. Just a little bit high at 50 yards. All right. Well, son, how you like that little carbine?
It's good.
Fun little gun to shoot, ain't it?
Yep.
Not much recoil at all, is it?
No.
It's just kind of loud, huh? Yeah. Well, you know, quite honestly, it astonished myself because I never really tested this gun. I just had it in my collection. But to see the expansion that we were getting with these bullets, these soft nose bullets, as you can see, that was in the wet newsprint. I was able to recover that. And then here I've got one that I recovered from the water jug. Nearly identical performance, as you can see. That's the base of the bullets. That's the top. Beautiful mushroom. Absolutely perfect, really. I would probably, you know, if I were forced to it, use this as a survival gun and harvesting game as large as deer. So I guess I've changed my mind on it. You know, if you're within reasonable range, I would say within 50 yards, with a good solid hit in the vital zone, that little rifle should cleanly take a deer. So, you know, that's the outdoor aspect of this gun here instead of the tactical one. You know, if you need it to harvest game and you happen to have one, and that's the only gun you've got, then I would say, you know, using these soft point copper jacketed bullets for the M1 Carbine would probably make it a viable choice, although there are much better choices out there. So anyway, folks, in commemoration for all of our servicemen and women today, this is the M1 Carbine, one from my collection that I wanted to share with you. And let me go ahead and reiterate before we go in saying thank you to all of you service folks out there. Everyone that is in the military in one way or another, doesn't matter what branch you're in, we appreciate it very much, especially on this day, because there are so many that gave their lives for our country. And we just wanted to express our heartfelt thanks. So with that being said, remember, if you like to go hunting, fishing, camping, shooting, hiking, no matter what your outdoor pursuit happens to be, I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. But also remember this, hit that like button, smash the old bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this one will be coming your way. So until next time, y'all take good care of yourselves, get out there and enjoy the great outdoors. We'll be seeing you.